So as you can see off camera, I've been doing lots of painting the last couple of days. I've really been working hard to get these babies' details up to where I need them to be to finish them up and ship them to their new moms. I am under kind of a time crunch today, so I'm going to paint a bit, and then I'm going to be assembling and doing a photo shoot. So I'm hoping to have some pictures up probably by late this evening of the lamb that's going to be assembled today and be ready to be sent home hopefully tomorrow is my goal, or the next day. So we'll see, either Friday or Saturday. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Some of you guys have checked in with me yesterday evening and last night after my announcement on Facebook. So basically, I feel like I'm doing better with the whole my insurance is going to be a pain in the butt thing. I guess you sort of come to expect it from insurance companies, because, like, who are we kidding? They're not out for our benefit. They are out for their own benefit. So I'm just going to follow the next steps that I'm supposed to do, and you know, ultimately I feel like maybe this is God's way of saying, Betty, I want you to trust me. I want you to stop leaning so much on these other people and things and systems. I mean, I'm very aware that God provides. He's always provided for me. He's always taken very good care of me, even when I was terrified, which is most of my life. So I really feel like this is a call from Him to say, come on, Betty, you know, get it together and let me do my thing. So here I am, working without a net. You know, the reality of my story is this: I cannot go back to my regular 40-hour-a-week job right now, because I am not ready physically to go back. I'm still out on medical leave. Because my current condition was initiated and exacerbated by an abusive manager, the insurance company has denied coverage and is telling me this should be workers' comp. Well, we all know how that goes. So my reality right now is that I'm working without a net. And maybe this is where God wants me to be. Trusting Him to build my doll business. So at the same time last night that I'm having this revelation that I should be trusting and not worried so much and not panicking so much, I get this horrid message from someone who just ordered from my Etsy shop on Sunday. She contacted me. She asked for a custom listing for a very expensive, hyper-realistic, premium, elite package, huge box opening, all the bells and whistles. She asked me to create a listing. I created the listing. She purchased the listing Sunday evening, and then yesterday evening she just said, I want to cancel the order. Well, I couldn't cancel it, because honestly, guys, the money that I make from making these dolls, it pays our rent, it pays my car payment, it keeps food on the table. I don't have a reservoir of cash just laying around, and I can't just give her back hundreds of dollars that have already been allocated. I had to buy the materials to make her baby. I had, and everything that went with the box opening. I had to buy, you know, pay for all of the hair and the internal components and the body and all of that. And on top of that, when I get a doll order, this is what I do. So I allocate this amount of money that is going to go into getting all of the premium supplies that I need to make that order. And then everything else is allocated to bills that I have. So I told this lady, I'm like, I'm really sorry. I can't do a cancellation for you. It's in my shop policies for this very reason. This is why I can't cancel. I'm not Walmart. I'm one human being trying to hold up the world when it's crashing down around my head. And she has been the most nastiest person. She's threatened to sue me at every circuit court there is. I even told this lady, like, I really want to help you. I really, really want to help you. I really would love to be able to give you a refund. But the honest truth is, I can't. My hands are tied. I can't do anything. And when I look at it realistically, I realize that I didn't even have to tell her that. Because my shop policies state no cancellations, no refunds, you know, and I've contacted Etsy to get involved with this lady because she is just being so nasty and so rude. Last night, I started having panic so bad, 99% due to this woman who's just like being so hateful to me. It just hurt me so bad that I actually had to take a Xanax to be able to sleep. To be able to just calm down enough to go to sleep, because everything in me was just exploding with anxiety and fear. And this morning I woke up and I said, you know what? I'm over it. I'm not going to let her do this to me. It's not my fault. There's nothing I can do. I mean, I even told this lady in the nicest way, like, if you can wait until I actually accrue the money to be able to give you a refund, I will do that. You know, I try to work with my customers. I totally do. But to demand it right this minute, it's not going to happen. And now, you know, I got up this morning and I have this another horrible message from her on Etsy that's basically like, I need my money right now. I need to know a date when you're going to get it to me. Well, I don't even know a date. In fact, it's probably not going to happen because at this point I've turned it all over to Etsy and I've decided that this is not my problem. This is not my problem. Like, she requested it. She paid for it. She ordered it. I ordered all of her things. She's in queue. Her doll's going to be done. The whole package is going to be done. I'm not going to be able to get my money back for the kit that I will not sell to another person because it's not even a kit that I normally do. So, you know, I mean, I guess, like, I just really want to work with people, and I really want to be personable and care about people, and I do care about people, and I totally get that, you know, she changed her mind, but the reality is that when you buy something from an individual artist, it's not like going out and buying something from Walmart, you know. So I'm very sorry, and I'm anticipating that she's probably going to blow up, and she's probably going to do everything that she can to destroy me. I mean, she just, unfortunately, she seems like somebody who's going to do that, but I have to leave that in God's hands too, you know, and the people that are meant to buy from me will buy from me, and I'm finished with the whole thing of being worried about it. I'm done. I want to do what I love to do, and I want to heal and get better so that I can be functional, and I don't want to worry about other people's issues. So, today, I am going to be here painting and assembling my babies, and I'm not going to be considering or thinking about this lady or any of the other stressful things in my life. So thanks for letting me vent, guys. And I mean, if you think I'm doing something wrong, or if you think that there's something I could do better, I am totally open for suggestions, because I really want to be the best business person that I can be and the best human being that I can be. So if you can think of something that I could do differently, maybe something that I'm missing, I'm very happy to hear from you. Please let me know what you think. So, starting with this little twin A here, I've decided that she needs a bit more blue wash, because she doesn't quite have enough of the blue undertoning in her skin to make her look lifelike just yet. So I'm going to start with that. I wish I could give you guys music to listen to. I might try when this session uploads, I might try to get some of the royalty-free music as the background music off of YouTube. Depends on if they have something that I think won't rattle your brains, because like I hate a lot of the music that they kind of put up there. But then I think you guys probably don't just want to listen to me breathe as I paint, so I don't know. You tell me what you'd like. What do you like best? And I'm looking for a better camera. If anybody has any suggestion on what kind of camera would be better for this live stream that I do, that would show these colors better, because I feel like when I look back at the footage, I'm just always really disappointed because it doesn't show lifelike like I want it to. It doesn't show all the variations and the depth. And it's a, what is it? It's a 1080 whatever, like the best, or 1028, whatever it is. It's the best high def streaming camera that I could find on Amazon without spending $1 million. So if you guys have any like suggestions on what I could do, and the lighting, I know the lighting is an issue, but the reality is without this lighting I can't see well enough to be able to paint the babies, and I don't want them to look funny. You know, when they're finished, I want them to look finished and look right. So any technical people out there, anybody have any suggestions on making this better? And I've been thinking about subtitles, and I don't really know how that works yet, but I was thinking about investigating that more to see if, you know, how easy it would be to add them. And I don't know what you guys think. Would you want subtitles when you watch this, or do you prefer not to have subtitles? Let me know. So I know this isn't something that everybody wants to sit down and watch, but I sure appreciate the ones of you guys who do. Because it's kind of cool feeling like, hey, here I am in my little tiny workshop, which is also my closet. And here I am, not completely alone, because I've got folks that are taking a little bit of time out of their day to sit with me and just to kind of listen to my thoughts. And honestly, guys, I have never had that in my life. Ever. Ever. I'm usually the listener, not the listenee. That's a word. So, it's really humbling, you know, that you guys have started to tune in and have started to actually ask me about this, because when I first started doing this, it was like a project that came to me as a way of not being so isolated, because I've been very isolated since June with all of the time off work and the doctor's appointments and all of the panic and the anxiety and all of that stuff flaring as it has. So it started out as just trying not to be spending so much of my time completely alone. And also as a curiosity thing, because I have had people that have told me that they really are interested in figuring out like how these dolls are made and, you know, what they look like during the process and stuff. So I thought that would be a cool thing to add. So it gives people, you know, while you're waiting for your baby, it gives you something to look at, something to, you know, because I know waiting is hard, right? Like you order a baby and you think, oh, I really want it to come tomorrow, and gosh, boy, do I ever wish that I were that quick. But unfortunately, God made me a good artist, but He didn't make me a fast one. So it just kind of takes what it takes. But I appreciate how hard it is to wait, so I really wanted to show people progress and let my buyers be involved more in the whole creation process. I haven't always done so much of this doll work. In fact, I've done it for like years and years, like making the dolls, but I haven't been doing the custom doll work except for like the past 2 years. That's when it's really become something that I'm doing like a tremendous amount of. And it all started because I'm a writer as well. I have a couple of books that I've published that are available on Amazon. I don't know if you're interested. The titles are From Blood to Blood, and then Blood Legacy. And then I have an autobiography that I did, and that one is called Managing Anxiety. And I'll put a link up to these for you guys if anybody is interested. I'll try to post it on my doll page tonight. I've also been included, I think I may have told you guys a couple of episodes back that I have been included in the Chicken Soup for the Soul book that is just now releasing its Dreams and the Unexplained. So I've been featured there, and those I think are on sale now, I believe. And I have some copies here at the house if anybody would like to get one. As part of my publishing deal was that I got like 10 copies of the book on top of my author payment. So that's pretty cool. So I have those. So I prayed, and I was like, God, I don't know what to do. Do you want me to make the dolls, or do you want me to continue writing? Because honestly, like what I said to God was, I don't want to waste my life, my time doing something that you don't necessarily bless. And I need to know where to put my energy, where to focus that you're going to bless. And I gotta tell you, almost immediately, like within maybe weeks, I started to see a dramatic increase in doll sales. And so I said, okay, you know, this is great. So I took that as an answer to my prayer that God's like, okay, Betty, these babies are what I want you to do. And I couldn't really understand it at first, because I was like, what does this do for God? Like, what does making these babies do for God? But over time, He has shown me that it does a lot in the way of comforting people. And, you know, I mean, I always knew this on some level, but truly, it's become so much more clear to me, like the influence that these dolls have over people's lives. And I feel like, you know, maybe God blesses this because this gives comfort. You know, maybe He blesses this because this gives a connection. Has a deeper meaning maybe than the vinyl parts that go together in forming the dolls. And I absolutely love the artistry. And I've had dolls that I have kept for myself that have really given me a lot of comfort as well. So I do feel like it's a great thing. And I'm always astounded because, you know, there are times in my artistic career when people have, like this lady I told you guys about, they have just made it their life's work to harm me, to hurt my sales, to be critical of me. But I know who sends those people. And ultimately, I have to come to the conclusion that God decides who's going to buy from me. And until I am willing to surrender all that to Him, I'm going to have lots of stress about what people say, what people think. But as Wayne Dyer always said, what people think of me is none of my business. And, you know, instead of being a people pleaser, I think I need to be a God pleaser. And, you know, let Him deal with the rest. So these guys all have their blue wash now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pop them in my New Wave oven. I've been thinking about getting a New Wave oven as well, because this oven that I'm using now is very old. It's exceptionally old. Still works really good though. But it's amazing the junk that kind of builds up from the paints curing and stuff. And also from, I've had to rebake dolls to add detailing to that already had like their mohair rooted. And that really creates a residue in the oven. So it looks like I'm almost out of my blue wash, so I'm going to have to mix some more of that. I have thought about maybe doing a workshop, because I've had people approach me that want to learn more about how to make these dolls. I've had some people in the community that I live in that were interested, but I just don't know how to go about setting up something like that. I know that I could use like the library, but the thing is that everybody needs to have their own oven. And so I'm just not sure logistically how like that would work. I'm open to suggestions. I also thought about maybe doing like one-on-one teaching over the internet too. But with the camera that I'm having issues with the clarity, I'm not sure that it would actually be beneficial to anybody, because I don't feel like the colors are coming through as well as I'd like them to. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see where that goes. Another thing I've been thinking about is, well, you guys know, most of you guys know anyway, that I'm a licensed massage therapist. I have been for going on 15 years now. And I worked a great deal of my working career as a therapist in a local chiropractic office, I did lots of chiropractic massage. I worked on people with all sorts of problems with their neck and their low back and their mid back and legs, you know, arms, limbs, headaches, all sorts of things. And I really loved that work. I spent over a decade of my career doing that work. Of course, I also do spa massage and wraps and things like that. But I haven't been a practicing massage therapist for several years because I had taken a position at the Virginia School of Massage in Charlottesville to run the clinical internship program for the students there, and that's where I've been since 2012. And I couldn't do both because it's just too exhausting. So I've been thinking about maybe picking up a couple of massages here and there, you know, once I'm past this hump, you know, maybe taking on some clientele. But I don't really know how that would work because I don't really have a big enough space in my home to be able to do that. I mean, I could always take our spare bedroom and renovate it into a massage room, I guess, if I wanted to. But we have so many things here, you know, because we have a really small apartment, so it's going to be kind of hard to find a home for all of those things. But the main reason, like, why I've been thinking about that is, you know, I did a really short little session on a relative of mine who was having some pain the other day, and I felt like, you know, that short session really kind of energized me, and it woke me up to the energies that I felt when I was a practicing massage therapist. And I'd kind of gotten away from that for the last while. So I don't know. I know that, like, the funds are not there for me right now to, like, rent a space or anything like that. I'm not even sure that I want to go back into spa ownership because I did that as well. I did chiropractic massage and I owned my own business for many years. And when I took the job as the clinical internship manager, I kind of funneled myself out of the spa ownership role, and eventually I liquidated my business and I went into a form of retirement where I haven't actually practiced massage professionally for the past couple of years. And I never really thought I missed it that much until I did one, and now I'm like, wow, you know, like, I really did get a lot out of that. So it's just another thing I'm kind of praying about. I feel like when our lives hit a standstill sometimes and we're really stuck, I feel like maybe that's God saying, come on, I want you to look up. I want you to confer with me to figure out what the next steps are. So I'm just kind of thinking out loud here, but I'm kind of opening myself up to God's guidance because I need Him to lead me where it will bring Him glory, because I feel like, you know, and I was raised to believe that what we do in our lives as Christians should bring glory to God. And I've always held that throughout my entire career as a massage therapist and a clinical internship director, all of that. You know, I have always held to that. And I feel like my life has kind of thrown itself down into a pothole right now, so it's forced me to stop everything and just be still. So I'm kind of asking for divine guidance, like, help me figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. And I know that God blesses, you know, the doll work I do. He shows me that all the time. And I feel like in a small way, you know, that's something that I'm able to give back to people who are hurting, and people who are lonely, people who've had loss. And I'm not sure right now, like, where God wants me to go in my life, but I'm just asking Him to help me figure things out one day at a time. These days, getting through a day without having massive panic is a really great day. You know, and yeah, it is what it is. I'm not a complainer. I don't like to complain. Complaining never did anything but make people's ears hurt. So please don't take this as complaining, because I'm definitely a lot better than I was in the beginning of all this. And I still have days, but doesn't everybody have days? So now I'm going to bake this little twin A, the other little twin A. I'm going to bake her a little bit to get that blue set in nicely. So I've had people that have sent me messages asking questions like, what is the hardest thing when it comes to making a custom doll? And to answer that question, I think the hardest thing about making a custom doll for someone is trying to hone in on that picture in their head, that visual image, three-dimensional, in their mind, in their consciousness, that is the baby that I'm creating. Trying to get an accurate picture in my own head of this doll, what it's going to look like, what the qualities are that they're looking for. Now, art happens on its own, and a lot of the things that happen when I'm painting these babies are totally natural. I gear it toward what I think their vision is, and then I just am like, you know, hopeful that when they get their baby, that they'll be very happy with it. And I feel like, because I am a massage therapist, y'all, I feel like we all absorb energy, and we all express energy. And the energy that I express over these dolls, over this artistic work, the spirit of the work is love. And so I feel like when people receive their doll that has been created with so much love and so much passion for the details, I feel like that is an energy that can become healing for that person. And it's not like, it's almost like God's love pours through me, and this is a gift and a passion that He's given me. So God's love pours through me, through my hands, and out into these babies that go into the homes with these people that need comfort. And His love is in this work. His love is in this work because His love comes through me, and it becomes the art. Art isn't art without passion. And the passion for me is not just about how detailed I can make a doll. The passion for me is about God's direction with my artwork, where His spark is. And, you know, you may think I'm crazy, but there is magical things that happen when dolls are made. You know, there really is. Like, they take on qualities that are extremely nurturing. And I always envision, you know, in my mind, someone who is longing for a baby. And when they get their baby, even though it's a doll, when they get their baby, there's so much outpouring of love. And then I feel like the love from God that comes through me and goes into my work, I feel like that meets that person where they are. And I'm not directly involved in any of that, obviously. I just do what God asks me to do. I just use the gift that He gave me, and I allow Him to take care of all of the rest. But I guess if I had to narrow it down, I would say each of these dolls is like a prayer for the person who orders them. And it's, you know, because I'm thinking about the people that are ordering the babies, and I'm thinking about how this purchase can become something nurturing, something joyful, something comforting, something that will reflect back to them the love that has gone into it. So now that I've gone off on my philosophical tangent, which I don't normally do, possibly it was the extra anxiety medicine that I had to take last night. I don't know. I slept like a rock when I finally went to sleep. And when I woke up this morning, I felt kind of like a space cadet. But now I feel actually calm. I don't feel anxious, so that's a good thing. I don't feel pressured at the moment, so that's a good thing. I'm sure my inbox is full of hateful emails, but that's something that I know God will deal with, and I've done all I can do. So I think once I get this third baby into the oven, once I get her in there, then I'm going to go ahead and start assembling the Levi, because he definitely needs to get his photo shoot done today so that I can get him all packaged and get all of his, because he's getting the whole printed photographs, which when I do the printed photographs, what I do is I don't print them myself because I don't have a printer that would work that well. So what I do is I actually have those sent by Shutterfly to the recipient. So I think somebody's at my door, so I'm going to run out and answer my door. If I'm not back, that probably means I'm visiting with my daughter. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end this now, and then I'll be back later on. Inside. You don't want to go inside? Well, come on then. Thank you. Okay, so did you guys hear that too? Because when I was talking, I'm telling you, I heard somebody, sounded like my daughter say hello. Huh. Maybe it's just me. Hey, dude. Alright, so I have one more doll to put in here and let him, get his blue all cured up. think this is just one of the sweetest kits. This is probably one of my favorite babies. And I've only recently done a few of him. It's the Julian by Elisa Marks. I really love Elisa's sculpting because her babies are so cute. And they have such ploofy details. Their skin, like when you get them all finished up, like their skin just looks like you could just squish it like a real baby. I love that. So in answer to the question, what's the hardest thing about doing custom babies? The hardest thing about doing custom babies is making my vision match the buyer's vision for their doll. And then achieving that. And I only go so far with that. I rely on powers higher than me to help me to figure out exactly where I'm going with the work. And I feel like as long as I am putting 110% of my artistic energy and my focus and my caring into a project, then it's gonna turn out the way it's supposed to turn out. And that's, I guess, trusting. My grandmother used to always tell me, and my sister when we were growing up, like, you never want to get cocky. You never want to think you're too big for your britches, as she used to say. Because, you know, like, that's an invitation for God to humble you. And I feel like staying humble, well, staying humble is pretty easy for me because I have, like, dirt low self-esteem. So staying humble is not a problem for me. In fact, accepting compliments is hard for me. Like, I never know what to say. Like, I'm so honored that people have come out of the woodwork lately to express their support of my art. Hi, Cookie. Did you come to say hello to the peoples? Did you come to say hello to the peoples? So this is Cookie. I think you guys can probably see him. He's my big boy. He's my PTSD dog. And he tends to know when I'm having, you know, extra anxiety. And he does his job really well. Yes, I know. You're a good boy. You're such a good doodle. You're such a good doodle. Yes, you are. This is the sweetest dog I've ever met in my life. He has the most sincere eyes. When he looks at me, you can just feel the love. Well, when he looks at anybody, he loves everyone. So while I be waiting for the baby to come out of the oven, I'm going to go ahead and add some blues to the torso. I'm also going to be shipping out the torso that I have a customer waiting for with all the ties and the whole kit and caboodle. She's already got her baby. She just needs the torso and all her goodies. So I'll be sending that out tomorrow. I believe she's pretty much ready, so I'm just going to hang her up there. So the rest of my plans for this morning and this afternoon is to get my Levi all put together, which I'm going to do now, and get him set up and staged for his photo shoot. Then I'll be selecting his pictures for his album, his printed album. I already have the actual album that the photos will go in, so that will go in the box with the baby and his layette package, and then the photographs will come to my buyer directly from Shutterfly. So that I'm terribly new at, so wish me luck. I think it'll be really good though, because I don't want them to ship it here and then it takes longer and then I have to ship it to her. I'd like for her to get the pictures and the baby about the same time. So I feel like this is probably like the best way to do it. And I'm hoping that she will be really pleased with the items that I've chosen for her box opening. Shopping for little boys is so fun. I don't get to do as many little boys as I do little girls, so I'm always like, you know, jumping at the chain to go and buy these cute little outfits for baby boys. As I had put up on my Facebook page yesterday, if anybody has anybody that they know that's looking to buy a custom lifelike doll, please refer them to me. I am definitely looking for more work, as this is all I have right now. So I do appreciate all the referrals, and if anybody wants to buy one of my books, if you could just send me a message or comment on this video, and I can send you a link to where you can purchase. And you would be purchasing from me, not like, you can buy them on Amazon too, but if you buy them on Amazon, like, I get 10 cents. But if you buy them from me, then my royalty is obviously a bit more, and I would really appreciate, you know, anybody who's interested in reading my work to do that. So thanks guys for tuning in, and I'm going to go get this Levi ready to go, and I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Thanks, and God bless you all. And me. God, please bless me. Come on, Cookie.